Here comes someone who can help us now.
Someone? Like, out of the entire room here.
You must be here about my summons. Good, good.
Yes.
I was just telling Lord Gareshri and Chimera that someone would answer my call. Since you're here, I presume you will wholeheartedly agree to help us save Elsweyr from a rage of dragons?
A rage of dragons.
So much better than flock or herd, don't you think?
You're making up words, aren't you?
The Khajiit Defense Force isn't prepared to deal with a threat as big as dragons, especially since they were fighting to liberate Rimmen when the huge beasts arrived.
Liberate Ribbon?
Stay focused. We'll deal with that later. Right now, we must assist the Defense Force. Rendezvous with us at their command post. On your way, however, I have another task for you. I detected a series of power surges that I want you to investigate.
Alright, tell this one about these power surges, hmm?
I was formulating a spell to track the dragons when I noticed several surges of arcane energy not far from here. They reminded me of an old acquaintance. Has a way with portals. If it is him, I want you to secure his help against the dragons.
Do these surges of energy have anything to do with the dragons?
Hard to say with certainty, but I don't believe so. They remind me of Sir Cadwell, who somehow opens portals with a power of similar intensity. Check the locations I marked on your map before you make your way to the defense camp.
Alright, you mentioned Lord Garashri and Kamri. What about them?
Lord Gareshri is the Speaker of the Main and the commander of the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force. His aide, Chimera, serves as both a diplomat and a spy, though she would never call herself that. If you want to know more, feel free to ask them.
You mentioned Khajiit were trying to liberate Rimmen.
My half-sister, Euraxia, conquered Rimmen and other parts of northern Elsweyr about 6 years ago. The Khajiit Defense Force has slowly been taking back their province, but Rimmen is well fortified. And now, because of the dragons, things are worse.
And who are the Khajiit Defense Force? KDF?
A militia drawn from the prides of northern Elsweyr. Gareshri, the Speaker of the Main, has taken command during this crisis. With Dominion troops busy fighting the Three Banners War, the Defense Force must deal with the Euraxians and the dragons.
And who is Sir Cadwell?
Never heard of Cadwell? Don't tell him that. Cadwell may be the oldest soul shriven in Cold Harbor. For all his eccentricities, he's certainly the most sane. Fancies himself a knight of old. If you find him, secure his help against the dragons.
And who are you?
Lord Gareshri is the Speaker of the Main and the commander of the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force. His aide, Chimera, serves as both a diplomat and a spy, though she would never call herself that.
What? Wait.
If you want to know more, feel free to ask them.
Wait. What? That's not what we asked.
A militia drawn from the prides
Who
of
are you?
northern Elsweyr. What do they teach young
There we
people
go.
these days? You've never heard of the great Abner Tharn?
Nope.
Advisor to emperors and battle mage supreme?
No?
No? Well, take my word for it. I'm a very important personage.
You make up your own words?
You should feel honored to meet me.
Let's talk to this little Khajiit. Yeah.
Another outsider comes
Ooh,
to
yes.
Elsweyr, as if we did not have enough problems between Abner Tarn and the dragons. Do not mind me. Great beasts rampaging through my homeland tends to put me in a foul mood.
Who are you?
I am Chimera. I assist the Speaker of the Main and serve as his agent. With both the usurper queen and the dragons ravaging northern Elsweyr, there is much for me to do. Too much, I fear. But I will persevere.
Tell me more about the dragons.
What can I tell you that you cannot guess? That these fearsome creatures of legend have returned to threaten Elsweyr? That much is obvious. Damn it. This is all Abner Tharn's fault. Dark moons, take him.
You mean it's all Abner Tharn's fault? He told me he's a very important man.
That arrogant Imperial! For an advisor to emperors and a renowned battle mage, he demonstrates a disturbing lack of caution. It was Abner Tarn who entered the halls of Colossus and released the dragons. He says that was not his intention, but
You do not believe him,
what do my beliefs matter? Dragons have come to Elsweyr, destroying everything I hold dear. As the Moon Singers say, the path to oblivion is paved in good intentions. So damn Abner Tharn. Damn him for unleashing this terror upon us.
He's right there. He can hear you, you know.
You're responding to Abnur Tharn's letter, one of the promising adventurers.
Yes.
I hope you can help us. But where are my manners? Welcome to Riverhold and the province of Northern Elsweyr, also known as Anequina.
Inekuna.
I am the Speaker of the Main,
Speaker of the Main, you say.
a position in which I've served faithfully for many years. I represent our spiritual leader, the Main. In addition, I command the Northern Elsweyr Defense Force during this time of trouble. We're dealing with more than just dragons, unfortunately.
More than dragons, you say.
A few years ago, Abnur Tharn's half-sister Euraxia conquered Rimen and parts of northern Elsweyr. We recently liberated Riverhold and were about to do the same for Rimen when the dragons appeared. It's almost as if they came to her aid.
And what can we do to help?
Do what Abnur Tharn asked. Just as he once served as advisor to emperors, he has agreed to help me formulate strategies and tactics for use against the dragons. It is the least he can do, since he had a hand in setting the horrid beasts loose.
Yes, it's the least he can do except for actually fixing the problem. Alright, let's go do with the stuffy battle mate. Discarded orders. Take a look here. Squad Commander Pythias. Both Her Majesty Queen Euraxia and her court necromancer, Zorma Falm, have detected a series of unknown surges of magical energies uncomfortably close to the Rimen's western border. You are to immediately divert your squad and investigate the locations indicated in the accompanying map. Your orders are to investigate each area, note any unusual creatures or occurrences, and capture any bystanders for interrogation. To be clear, Her Majesty wants them alive. Failure is not an option. Lieutenant Lapidia, 1st Euraxian Legion. Follow Simone sack. Here goes honor. Rotten turkey leg. Rotten turkey leg found in sack of spoiled foodstuffs appears to be partially eaten.
No, Azazi. Never touch a Daedric monster, especially a dead one.
Don't be such a nervous netch. The dead can't hurt us. But
Really?
where do you think it came from?
It stinks of Cold Harbor. Perhaps one of the Usurper Queen's lackeys summoned it, yes?
What do you got to say?
What a stench. That's the stink of Cold Harbor, Walker. How such a fearsome and dangerous creature ended up dead beneath our favorite rocky outcropping, this one does not wish to speculate. Only an extremely powerful mage could summon such a monster.
Don't touch the dead thing, Theduna tells me. Like I don't know how to handle a Daedric corpse.
Go get a stick.
I wonder what killed it, though. Maybe it ran afoul of a dragon.
Love those guys. I love the little Kishi too.
Traveler, why do all outsiders insist on acting suspicious?
Oh, god damn it! Gotta go around. Jumped off too quick. What's up? Let's talk.
I watched you go from location to location, just like the man with the pot on his head. Are you one of the soldiers intent on digging up every plot of land? Or are you simply a deviant who enjoys skulking and slinking through the wilderness?
I'm a deviant. So, what's about this man with a pot on his head?
Oh, do not play innocent with me, stranger. You must be working with that pale, gaunt fool with the ridiculous mustache. Why else would you be visiting the same places that he did? Unless... Are you an agent of the Usurper Queen?
The Usurper Queen? Who is this?
Euraxia, The hated Imperial who conquered Rimmon and falsely claimed to be its queen. Do not feign ignorance, outsider. I had just about enough of that when I talked to the man with the pot on his head.
Where did this man go, And do you have more pot?
You sound as confused as he was. Kept talking to his pet lizard bird like he expected it to answer. The last I saw, he headed east. I suppose you'll find him in that direction, and south of Riverhold. Just stop skulking around.
Alright, I'll go find this man with the pot in his head and ask him for more pot. Let's go find pot, guys. Form.
A lovely place I dreamed of. Must be why my portals led me here. Eventually.
Cadwell, what are you doing here?
Hello. Have you come to pay your respects to this poor fellow, too? It was the strangest thing. I was looking at this very gravestone in a dream. So here I came, and there it is, all solid and everything.
So gravestone's important then, huh?
Important? I have no idea. I suppose it must be. I saw it in a dream after all. Or was it a vision? I get those two confused. Anyway, I felt a sort of pull and stepped through a door, and then pish-posh, honors a bantam gua, and here I am.
Edward told me to check on power surges he detected. Is it you?
Tharn, you say, the grumpy battle mage. How is the old boy? The surges were probably just me. My portal took a few tries before we honed in on this exact location. Now, why don't you take a look at the gravestone and see what you make of it?
So what happened to the other sites you visited before the gravestone?
Well, it took a few tries to find the exact spot I saw in my dream. A number of frightfully rude lads and lasses occupied the first location I visited, demanded my surrender, if you can imagine such a thing. Naturally, I gave them the old heave-ho.
And I saw a Bantam Guar rummaging through a foul-smelling sack in the other site.
Foul-smelling? I'll have you know that was my lunch. Can't believe I lost it. And if by Bantam Guar you mean my faithful steed, Honor, well, he's always getting into my foodstuffs. Has the appetite of a mammoth and the cunning of a fox, that one.
And did you dispatch an Elgrim as well?
Dispatch? Why would I do such a terrible thing? I adore those adorable pudge buckets. Alas, Grook was standing a little too close when I opened my portal. Poor thing fell in and took a nasty spill. When the neck bone snaps, it makes an awful sound.
Anything in this backpack? Ooh, I finally have a belt. Oh man. Different games that have cross-platform. Yeah, it's sometimes it's the console in general. I wish that more games did, but agreements and all that other crap. Kunzuri. I'm not gonna read through this entire thing here, but let's see. Of all the Khajiit heroes, none invokes the sense of adventure and wonder as the mighty Kunzuri. Like many of our myths and legends, the stories associated with Kunzuri often contradict what hide little truths behind the allegory and illusions. Just as the case in considering the tales that describe the origin of the beloved hero. Here are three most popular stories that tell of Kunzuri's first adventure. Notice how different each one is. Can they all be true? Some Moonseekers believe so, though one is revered lore master claims that the truth comes from the origin of Kunzuri lies in the intersections of all three. Kunzuri and the Divine Moonbeam. Before Sajur First Claw became the fierce and powerful clan mother of Bunkarit Kingdom, she was a brave and curious child who got into a world of trouble. Take, for example, the time that she climbed on top of the Cimmerian Rise and suddenly found herself surrounded by a pride of hungry Senish lions. She was able to hold them at bay with a sharp stick and a pile of pebbles, but as night fell, weariness and her own hunger began to take their toll on the little cat. She called to Jonah and Joe to aid her, and a moon illuminated the rise. Standing in the moonbeam was a young male Khajiit, and the same age as Sajuri. Where did you come from? Sajuri asked. Jonah and Job sculpted me from the moonlight, clouds, and your own courageous heart. I'm Kunzuri, and I'm here to rescue you. And that's what Kunzuri did. Kunzuri in the box at the shrine. One day, a lowly adept arrived at the shrine of Kanarthi to to offer prayers and leave alms. The adept followed a small box he placed prominently at the head of the shrine. He moved to discard the items and immediately emerged from the inside of the box and shifted and rocked. There was something alive. The adept quickly threw open the lid and saw a tiny Khajiit babe reaching toward him with an outstretched paw. As he lifted the babe from the box, it grew from an infant to a child before it cleared the top. He set the child down and it advanced to the sizing further to a young adult. Fragrant greetings, lowly adept, the young Khajiit with the confidence and swagger. Kanathi's breath sent me to bring glory to the shrine and all the land around. The adept fell to his knees and gasped, Who are you? The Khajiit grinned. Today I am Sinti Kuzunari, but tomorrow I will be a hero Kuzunari. So, they never discarded the box in Elsweyr without first checking inside. That's a weird story. Kuzunari and the Tear of Joy. Alakash was grim. Guarding time was hard work, and he was in a foul mood. Mara tried to lighten his attitude, but he wanted none of her kind, loving words. Next, Turner 3 attempted to breathe joy into the grumpy Alakash, but he dispatched with a roar. I suppose it is up to me, said Sharagorath, with an insane laugh. Do you know how much moon sugar it takes to satisfy Hircine's endless hunger? Curious, Alakash responded. I do not know the answer, insane one, so please tell me. Sharagorath snapped his fingers and scowled. Rats, I hope you could tell me. Everyone was silent and a strange look came across Alakash's face. Then, all of a sudden, he started to laugh. His laugh shook the sky and made the moons dance. He laughed for 30 days and 30 nights, until finally, a single tear of joy rolled down his cheek and fell upon Elsweyr. The tear landed with a great splash. From the depths emerged the hero, Kuzunari, fully grown and ready for adventure. Yep. That's quite a story. It's a Sony Microsoft thing. It's more Sony, I think. Ancient Greystone. Here lies the head of the betrayer, the name of who's been stricken from history. Many pieces of his dismembered body remain, until Joan and Jode fall from the sky.
Were the words the same for you? Sometimes written language likes to confuse me. Words change and switch places. Very annoying. Anyway,
Yep.
The gravestone mentions the betrayer. Sounds like a dastardly chap. Wonder if I ever met him.
Words change the same for you. Sometimes written phrases like to confuse me. I wonder if Cad will ever either read a dragon scroll or an elder scroll, or if he's shifting between realities. Actually, that would make more sense, wouldn't it? If he's shifting between realities, like in this reality it's this way, in this reality it's that way, and that's how he gets back and forth. Be interesting. Why do you think you dreamed about this gravestone?
I don't have the slightest idea. The words inscribed upon it conjure up all kinds of questions, though. Who is this betrayer? Whom did he betray? Why did they bury only his head? And where did they put the rest of the poor fellow? I don't have a clue.
Well, Hadathon said that this one would find you, and I should go ask if we can help an Elsweyr's dragon problem, though.
Dragons? I haven't battled a dragon since... You know, I can't remember, but I'm certain I fought one or two in my day. I was a gallant knight, after all. Of course I'll help. I'll just need to do a little more digging into this dream thing first.
Well, what are you exactly, anyways? Since we don't know what a soul shriven is on this character.
Didn't we go over this? I'm a chivalrous knight. Oh, you mean the pale and dashing complexion? Well, I'm a soul shriven, a denizen of lovely Cold Harbor. I'm the oldest of my kind and a sort of role model, at least for those who haven't gone feral.
And why do you wear a pot on your head?
It's called a helmet, I'll have you know. The proper headgear for a daring knight, not at all as pedestrian as the foppery you're adorned with. Sorry, old chap, your attire is perfectly adequate. Suits you to a tittle, really does.
Alright, thank you. Survive the dragon attack.
I'll deal with this.
Uh-oh. Oh, he looks pissed. What did you do?
Oh, now you show up. Left me to deal with a dragon all by myself. It's a good thing I'm Abner Tharn and not, well, some lesser mage.
You're Abner Tharn. You defeated a dragon, right?
I discouraged it. But not before it laid waste to most of the camp. We arrived to find the outpost being overrun by undead. Then the dragon attacked. I did what I could. I fear it wasn't enough. What about the power surges? Did you learn anything?
Oh, you're right. It was Cadwell. And he had drawn to some old grave of somebody called the Betrayer.
The Betrayer? There's a betrayer mentioned in the legends of Kunzari. It seems those stories continue to hound me. No matter. We can deal with that later. Right now, I want to know about Cadwell. Has he agreed to lend us his support?
Whenever they tell you, like, oh, this isn't important, we can deal with it later, it absolutely needs to be dealt with right now because that's the entire point. Legends of Kunzari.
Kunzari, hero of the Merethic era. Most of the legends are unbelievable, though the Khajiit moon singers guard the secret history. Their tales led me to the halls of Colossus. But let's save this for a less dangerous time. Tell me about Cadwell.
Alright, well, because Cadwell agreed to help. But you should know he's having some strange dreams.
That doesn't surprise me. Cadwell and Strange go together like hot bread and butter. I need to recover my strength. Driving off that dragon took a lot out of me. Why don't you go help Chimera while I keep watch in case the great beast returns?
Alright, let's go help Chimera then.
Please, help me.
Hey, would it be bad if I distracted you? Huh? How you guys doing, huh? Huh? Good? Good. Oh, he's toasty. You have ice staffs, don't you? Why are you using buckets of water when you have magic?
Damn us for arriving too late. I did not expect to find our militia under assault by a horde of undead. And then the dragon. Oh, it tangles the tail, Walker, it truly does.
What can this one do to help?
The militia was already depleted from the fight to liberate Riverhold, but we were determined to press on toward Riemann. Between the undead and the dragon, though, we can barely hold this portion of the outpost. Retreat is not an option. Not yet.
Well, why can't you go to retreat then?
Our resistance to Euraxia's rule requires more than just soldiers. There are intelligence reports, safe house locations, lists of supporters. Documents we cannot afford to lose. Search the ruined camp and locate the documents, Walker.
Fire beats ice. Damn it. Are these documents really that important?
They are vital to our efforts to free Riemann from Euraxia's rule. And if her forces acquire them, those who help us will be exposed. Recover the documents from mail sacks in the camp and get them to Captain Nalado. Then meet us to the south.
Alright, this will go find those documents and we'll deliver them to Nalado. Right. Alright, let's go down. Mail sack. Let's just say houses. I'll take that. Apparently, the whole state of going is the whole state is going to die if for today's apparently my whole state is going to die to tornadoes today, so it's been good. Hey, Styles, don't worry, I'm a necromancer. I'll raise you up if you die. That's how that works, right? Damn it. Get arm out. Alright, let's build up some speed. Come on, chunkers. Oh yeah, that's what we're naming this caddy. Oh, you made it, chunkers. Good job. Just for that. Just for that. Chunkers. Official. This is familiar. I've seen this on your stream before. Yes. But we didn't actually listen to the dialogue last time. Listen to sympathizers. Okay, good to have that. What mate, guys? Sorry about that, guys. Oop, 1 minute more. Yes, if you hear any small children noises around, no, I did not kidnap any children. Those are, in fact, my little kittens that are running around the background. One's home from school, and the other is, of course, too young to go to school, so, How you doing, Marie? Suck. And he's playing necromancy, fire correspondence. We'll take you. Finally got a belt. Delete all this extra stuff here. Picked up a lot of junk here. Haven't found any place to to destroy it yet, so.
Now kill!
So far, I'm liking it pretty good. Played a little bit on this PTS already and like the way they handle it. Do I have a skill point? Yes, I do. Let's go. Yeah, let's get Blast Bones. Go on. Now we can get ourselves in trouble. One more document to find here. Way down there. Let's see if we can go around here. Elsack. Those reports. And now to go find that captain. At the ground.
If you're so fascinated by the dead, why don't you join them?
Ouch. Talk here a little bit, huh?
This one doesn't know you, but at least you aren't a walking corpse.
No.
This one must ask, why are you here?
Every necromancer. Definitely not a necromancer at all. Chimera sent me to cover the documents you gave them. Yes.
Bright moons! This one these were lost forever. You saved many lives at great risk to your own, Walker. You have Nalado's respect. This one will guard these documents with her life.
And who did you just kill him?
That was one of Euraxia, the Usurper Queen's pet necromancer. His undead devastated our troops, so this one took pleasure in ending his existence. Now, Nalado must return to Riverhold and consult with Garashri. We must find a way to go on.
So how long has Erixia been employing necromancers?
Euraxia's chief necromancer, Zumag Fum, has been with her for some time, but our intelligence suggests his followers have only recently rallied to her side. Find Abnortharn and Chimera. Tell them to meet us in Riverhold.
Oh, that's not fun. Not fun then. Come on, Chunkers. Let's go. Oh, go Chunkers. I don't even want to improve his run speed. I just want to keep him like this speed, because he doesn't look like he should be going that fast.
I've spotted dragons circling in the distance from time to time, but it doesn't look like the winged monster that attacked the camp will return today. Was your hunt successful? Did you recover the documents that Chimera sought?
This one will recover the documents and get them to Naldo. You went to Riverhold to confer with the cavalry.
I must join them there. The Khajiiti forces have been decimated by this attack. It will take every strategy I can devise to help Gareshri prevent the collapse of his militia. The appearance of so many undead, though, that concerns me.
Now, Doe said that Exarchia's chief necromancer, Zolang Fum, recently brought his followers to Elsweyr.
Yes, I read the reports. Zumog Foom and his necromancers working for my despicable half-sister. Such magic leaves behind a miasma of stench and decay. It leads to the mountains to the west, but I can't pinpoint an exact location.
You know that I'm a necromancer, right?
I've dabbled with the dark arts myself and have no objection to practitioners who want to explore the limits of death and undeath. No. I am more concerned about those mages of any stripe who use their powers to harm and destroy.
So yeah, he doesn't have an issue with it, but just so much as like, don't be an asshole. The Division 2 this morning? Okay, that's good, Murray. Although you should improve your storage. Yeah. Yeah, he should be able to carry a lot, shouldn't he? Just not run fast. This one could go track down the sources of the necromantic power then.
Good idea. Dragons are bad enough, but undead tend to go on without end. Better to deal with them now, before Euraxia's power becomes more than we can contain.
This is the first time that dragons have aided Euraxia's forces then.
In such a direct manner? Yes, as far as we know. It could have been coincidence, but the attack felt designed to hit us when it would do the most damage. I wanted to send Chimera with you to find the source, but I have no idea where she's gone.
I'll track down the source of the undead in the Western Mountains then, and keep an eye out for a Chimera then.
Find the source of this army of undead, and if you see Chimera, send her back to Riverhold. She's as reckless as she is capable, which is a dangerous combination.
You said
I'll make my way back as well. After all, Goresh Ree would be lost without me.
You said about the same thing about you, so Chimera didn't see where she was going then, hmm?
In case you haven't noticed, we two don't always see eye to eye.
But you're the same.
She can be impetuous and obstinate, truth be told.
Same as you.
Chimera gathered a handful of soldiers and took off to the west. If you run into her, send her back to Riverhold.
Like, everything they hate about each other is about the same.
I did not expect to see you in this desolate place, Walker. Did Captain Nalado send you? Or have you come to join us as we hunt the dragon that killed so many of our warriors?
Neither. And Fawn told me to find the source of the undead and send you back to the outpost.
Then our missions coincide.
No, you gotta go back.
We work together to destroy the undead and slay the dragon. It will be glorious. When we finish with the hunting and the slaying, we can report our success to Lord Goresh Ree.
No, Abnathan says you should return to Rivenhold. Please.
I do not take orders from that old battle mage. Besides, the blood of Khajiiti warriors cries for vengeance. To disregard that cry, that is not a shame I can bear. No, I must do this. I must strike back and show my people that hope survives.
It sounds risky, though.
The worthy life is full of risk, Walker. I assumed you knew that, given what you do. I will tell you a secret, though. Before my parents died, they gave me a pendant. As long as I wear it, Jode watches over me and provides his protection.
So that pendant is connected to Jode, then?
To Jode, yes, but also to my family and heritage. I suppose you could call it an heirloom. It helps me in my role as agent for Lord Goresh Ree, and that is all I will say about it. Now, let us go inside and find the necromancer and the dragon.
Alright, let's go in. Let's go in and watch all these people die because you're too arrogant to listen to somebody who actually knows what they're doing with. Not like the dragon just like decided to kill a whole cadre of soldiers. No, you're gonna kick it out with a small squad. No. Like your fur has a certain type of shine to it. Yes, they did a good job on her model.
With me, stay close. We will hunt these necromancers down and end this dragon. The path splits here. We will go right. Walker, you stay left. Moons guide us.
By myself, okay? By myself. You go left, we'll go right.
Feel the cold touch of lingering death.
Die, please. What could go wrong? Exactly. What could go possibly wrong except for a whole bunch of people dying? Which to a necromancer, like, is that really so bad? Like, more parts, more friends. Let's go make some friends.
Creatures, cut them down.
Awesome effects in here. Hey, look, it's a kitty cat. Meow, meow. Shadow puppets. Just laughing as I imagine a bunch of Frankenstein monster cats. What are you guys doing up there?
For Elsweyr, for the main.
I hope they're gonna come up with the set later that that makes it so like your spell damage or something else increases when your pet dies. Like necropotence will not work on a necromancer very well at all. Like you're gonna be you have like your pet goes away so quickly, it just doesn't work. Despite the name being necropotence, which is kind of ironic. But they made a set that made it so, like, you know, your magicka recovers, you get more spell damage, you get more magicka every time your pet dies.
Our enemy awaits, Five Claw. Destroy the necromancer.
Brrr. Why does this one have to do the work?
No more excuses. No more delays. Double your output or you'll reanimate
Flesh from your
march
bones!
ahead of your Axia's force.
These bones cannot be broken.
Just ignore the Khajiit here that's willingly committing necromancy in front of you guys while we're fighting necromancers.
A cage of bones for your soul.
Death conquers all, fools. We did it. The necromancer
little insects. You dare challenge Mulamnir?
Dragonfire!
Maybe.
Move!
Totally abandoned her people. Totally. Ducked out of the way, and like our people are just gone, evaporated. All are dead. Yep. Rip Khajiit. Destruction staff. Well, no, that'd be a good one to get up. Right now, we're just trying to get our morphs up so we don't have to wait forever to, once we get these skill points and everything, we'll be able to just keep on going with a build. Da, da, da. Da, da, da.
Sheathe your weapons, little morsel. Mulamnir would talk to you.
Would you? Alright, let's talk a little bit, I guess.
Mulamnir wants you to look upon Mulamnir in despair, morsel. You have no chance against me, no chance at all. But Mulamnir can be merciful. Come, let us talk.
So you disobeyed the Khajiit forces and now you want to talk?
Mulamnir wants you to understand the challenge before you. Our puppet, Eurexia, commands a legion of soldiers, an army of necromancers, and a horde of undead. Add my dragon brothers, and the hopelessness of your cause becomes obvious.
So you expect this one to surrender then, hmm?
You and Abnathon are insignificant. But even an infinitesimal flea can irritate after it crawls beneath the scales. I offer you one last chance to survive. If you and the battle mage leave Elsweyr, my brothers and I will not hunt you down.
And this one refuses?
Then you will die. But not before we slaughter your friends and set fire to Elsweyr. Once we reduce this land to so much ash, only then will I tear you apart. So promises Mulamnir, whose claws have dealt 1,000 deaths.
I'll just go tell Abnathon what you said. I'm gonna go tell Daddy.
Leave Elsweyr, little morsel. Tell the battle mage, if I see you again, you will die.
Fiveclaw, are you all right?
Even dragons can get fleas. Yes, everyone can.
I heard what the dragon said. Perhaps my confidence was a bit
Kids.
misplaced. That creature was much bigger than it appeared when it flew over the camp.
Mm-hmm. Chimera, what's happened when you let off the cliff?
I never jump without first knowing where my feet will land. Also, I have very sharp claws. We lost so many today. The dragon, that Mulamnir, it has much to answer for.
It wants Abnathon and me to leave.
We defeated the necromancer and shut down one of their undead foundries. We need you and Tarn, despite my dislike of the man. But what the dragon intimated about Eurexia, it called her its puppet. I fear the dragons control the Rimmon throne now.
And you get the Ribbon Hold to inform Garrasri and Abnathon then.
Yes, you must do that. I will join you after...
Oh god. The crying has started.
Take care of the remains of my soldiers. They died bravely and deserve to receive the proper sacraments. Go to Riverhold. I will see you there.
You want to go get you a dustpan and broom? Here, I'll show you what you need to do. See? This is how you clean up your men. Just do that a few times. Reset. They'll be fine. You wonder who raised Khmer? She seems to have mastered the first person. Yeah, she doesn't talk necessarily third person. But I don't think all Khajiit talk not all Khajiit talk third person too. It's a balance of harmony or something like that that I believe is supposed to be the cause of the third person. Like it's a spiritual belief in the reasons why they talk in third person.
Ah, there you are. Spare a moment for a chit-chat?
No, Cadwell?
If we've had this conversation already, then I wanted to thank you for the useful advice. But if I haven't seen you since our talk at that mysterious gravestone, which seems much more likely, then I could really use your help.
This one just got back, Cadwell. Tell me what's wrong.
Did I mention the dreams? Visions?
Yes.
Really?
Yep.
They come and go without warning, like seeing through someone else's eyes. Quite disconcerting in an interesting sort of way. Anyway, my trusty shovel and I, we searched that entire grave, and it was gone.
What was gone?
The betrayer's head, the dreams, the visions, they drew me there, but someone got to it before I did. I have the strangest sensation in the pit of my tummy. It could be the cobweb porridge I had for breakfast, or something bad is about to happen.
You think the betrayer's head has something to do with the dragons, hmm?
Well, that's sort of like leaping from the cliffs of failure without a rope, or at least without tying the end off first. I can't tell you how many times I've made that mistake. Oh, Abner wants to see you. He's in the town hall with the cat general.
This one we're going to find Abner Thon then. And yeah, you're right. It is a concept itself.
Don't worry on my account. Intrepid knights such as ourselves can't be rattled by a turbulent tummy, or even by dragons or visions, I dare say. Now, off you go. Abner hates to be kept waiting. He's also not fond of being called Abner. Or so he says.
Abner.
At this point, we need to come up with a plan that takes into account Euraxians, necromancers, and dragons. I proposed a few options, but Goreshri wasn't sold on any of them. Tell me, what of Chimera and the source of the undead?
Chimera and I destroyed the necromancers of the mountain, but Euraxia has an army of them still.
You paint a troubling picture, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Still,
yes,
we need to celebrate every victory we achieve. I fear such triumphs will be few and far between. Do you have anything else to report?
Yes, this one also talked to a dragon Malmir. He promised to torch our villages, kill our loved ones, and rip our bodies apart if we don't leave Elsweyr immediately. Also has quite a lovely breath, you know, sort of like a smoky campfire.
My half-sister likes to think that she's in charge. She won't take kindly to being called a puppet. As for leaving Elsweyr, I think not. Obviously, this Mulamnir fears us. Otherwise, the dragon wouldn't have deigned to talk to you.
And have you talked to Cadwell yet? He seems worried about the disturbed grave where you sent me to meet him.
Every conversation I have with Cadwell makes my head throb, but one mystery at a time, if you please. Now, if only I could get my half-sister to listen to reason and see that the dragons are using her.
Why not try that? And go talk to your half-sister then.
A parley? I may not like her, but we are family. Besides, it would give the Khajiit time to regroup. You're beginning to think like a Thon, my friend. Here, take this. Gareshri gave it to me, but I refused to accept payment for my services. A parley with Euraxia is a capital idea. I'll send word to Rimmon to expect us. I imagine my half-sister will treat us as befits my station and agree to the meeting. Attend to any other matters if you must, then see me when you're ready to leave.
We should also come up with a plan to negotiate, no?
It just so happens I already have one. It involves distracting my half-sister with wit, charm, and words she barely comprehends. Oh, and you. Euraxia never could resist a pretty face. You'll pretend to be my bodyguard and personal valet.
And you want me to be a valet because you find me pretty,
Consider it obfuscation to hide your true purpose. We don't want to give Euraxia a reason to react poorly to overtures of reconciliation. Not that I expect to reach an accord, but still. Meet me in Rimmon and we'll enter the palace together.
Alright, this one will meet you in Rimmon then.
Go on, go on. I'm capable of traveling to Rimmon on my own. We'll meet up at the city gates and go to the palace from there. I'm relatively certain Euraxia will honor the parley, but be prepared for anything. She's still a Tharn, after all.
You know, you can give me a ride. Just saying. Well, tell this one more about your half-sister then,
We're not very close, in case I haven't made that abundantly clear. Euraxia is an accomplished mage in her own right. My younger sibling has always been ambitious, but I didn't realize the extent of her aspirations until the Frostfall coup.
The Frostfall coup,
About 6 years ago or so, while Emperor Varen was busy with his rebellion, Euraxia took advantage of the confusion to lead a column of Nibonese mercenaries into northern Elsweyr. She declared herself Queen of Rimmon and its adjacent fiefs.
And everyone just lets her do that, huh?
Of course not. The Khajiit call her the Usurper Queen, remember? Once Varen became Emperor, he had other problems to worry about. Same with Queen Irene. As long as the Alliance War occupies her forces, the Khajiit are on their own out